Yeah, there we go. Okay, so today, in your book, I want to go over a couple things. A tuple is something we never really covered in intro because you never really needed to use it. We're going to cover it now. Does anyone know what a tuple is?
Isn't when you just set a string to multiple, like you don't set it's like a list but without the word list in it, right?
Yes, yeah. So there's two big differences between a tuple and a list. One is a tuple uses parentheses, not brackets. And two, tuples, you cannot change them. So they're immutable. You can't really add to it, you can't delete it, you can't change it. You can rewrite it and make, similar to what we did with lists, where I can make a reference to it twice, but you can't actually change the tuple itself. So when in your code you want a something that you reference later and you don't want it to ever change, like let's say you're doing a text RPG and you want the character's name, the type of class they are, and their two specialties or whatever, you put those in a tuple and that could be your character information, and then you never have to redo it. You never have to worry about accidentally reassigning it.
Couldn't you make a list and then just never reassign it?
Yes, but then there's also, so in the book it says that there are because they're immutable and their contents don't change, Python can implement some optimizations that make code tuples slightly faster than using code with lists. So by using a tuple, your code will potentially run faster. So depending on what type of game you're making, if you're making a huge game in Python, you want to optimize it by having the fewest amount of lines of code, the easiest computations for Python to do. So that would be tuples and things like that. Make sense? So the way you create a tuple. Oh, Josh, do you have a question?
It's the only difference between a list and a tuple, just like the tuple runs faster.
And you can't change them, and they are made with parentheses instead of brackets. So if we wanted to say character underscore info is bracket Conan, comma Barbarian. Did you see that Conan O'Brien went to Haiti?
Yeah. Did he die or something?
No, he's just there filming people, talking to him. Conan Barbarian and specialties is, I don't know, longsword. And what?
Can we have a Halo reference that everyone understands?
You don't understand Conan the Barbarian?
No.
Forge? No.
Oh, it's the Arnold. It's like his first movie or something like that.
It's like an old movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger and then became a video game. Like that.
And no, then they made Conan Online, which was a MMORPG like 5 years ago, 5 or 8 years ago. Longsword and awesome.
Well, that's not surprising.
Like original Xbox.
Can we have a Halo meeting, please?
Halo.
Not, I will later.
Thank you.
So, if this were
Yeah.
character info 2. So anything you highlight, if you hit enter, it pastes it. So it's pretty nifty. Character info. Let's go with 2. I can't spell. Character info 2 is longsword. And let's say he actually gets a bow. So he gets bow. Let's just go archer. All right, I can't reassign something in a tuple. However, if I have character info 2, that's my list, and I can then go and now character info 2 is archer.
Yep.
Make sense?
Yep.
So the biggest difference is you got to use parentheses instead of brackets. And if you do try to change something that's in a tuple, you get this. Tuple object does not support item assignment. Very similar to when you're trying to rename a list, or I'm sorry, edit a string. So X is hello, x2 is L. If I go x2 is capital L. String object is not important item assignment. I can't change a string. I can't change a tuple. Tracking with me?
Yes.
Questions? Okay. The next thing was dictionaries. So who remembers what a dictionary is in regards to Python?
Thanks for asking.
Ethan.
You can assign, so you have like a one, I forgot what this term, but I forgot. And you have like it's either like a string, or yeah, it's a string, and then you assign that. So one or more keys, I think that's what it's called. And then you can have. That's how you can like for that grade thing, you can use a dictionary to assign a grade to that name.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's basically I can have a key value pair. It is key is just like the word in the dictionary, and the value is the definition. So if so you can have, so this is how you do an empty string. You gotta have the curly brackets, the curly brackets. So dictionary is what we'll do. So let's say Ethan, what grade do you want to have?
Oh,
98.
I'll take what you can get.
Ryan, what grade do you want?
-2.
And Josh, what grade do you want?
C at 85.
No one went with 100, man. All right, so now I can do. I
At least
can.
if you get 100 in this class, still fit.
I'm already below.
So if I want to figure, if I want to, so once I've created this entry in the dictionary, to call it and get the value, I type in dictionary bracket Ethan, just like an index with a list, except instead of using numbers like we do with lists, you have to use the actual key that's here. Ryan.
Can you go backwards?
What do you mean go backwards?
Put dictionary 98 and get Ethan.
No. So if you do that, it says key error. Now this key error,
No key.
that key doesn't exist.
All right, can you use for loops on a dictionary?
Mm-hmm. So let's go for key in dictionary print key. And now
And
what
then
if
for key value in dictionary dot iteritems?
key value in dictionary dot items?
Isn't iteritems?
I don't think so.
Oh, maybe it was.
Well, we're about stop bringing that up. So what you can do, and in here, so this is the beginning of chapter 5. Dictionaries versus lists. Oh, dictionaries are now ordered. So you have keys, value, and items. So keys, for key, so we could do this.
So you can't put dictionary 1 and get the first thing or the second thing in the dictionary.
Correct. You'd have to put the name.
Yeah.
For key in dictionary,
But I guess the problem would be if you have the value for a key called 1,
dictionary, you can do it this way to get the values. So for key in dictionary, dictionary key. So for the key in the dictionary, Ethan, Ryan, Josh, print the value of that key.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
I can also go print dictionary dot items, and that gives me, what does this look like?
Tuple, but also a list.
It's what looks like a list of tuples.
Yeah, there you go.
We can do dot keys, or we can do values.
What if you type in ITER items? That's how you used to do it in Python.
ITER items.
Yeah. Huh.
Got rid of that apparently.
Yeah.
I actually never used iter items except for like the first year I was teaching. because we always just did. When I learned Python 3.3 or 3.2 or something like that in college, and this is what I was used to: the items, values, and keys.
Gotcha.
So, questions.
So is it a list of tuples? Is that what it actually is?
This is a list.
Well, yeah,
This is a list.
but it's a list inside of a tuple,
It.
kinda.
I don't think so.
Or is that what is Dick's keys? Is that a list?
It's a method. So let's go keys. Stop.
Because Dick underscore keys is something that was just created by the computer.
Yes, this is just the like this is saying that the dictionary, they shortened it. Why, I don't know. Instead of having dictionary object has no value, probably because it was a millisecond faster.
Okay, but that Dick underscore items,
That's created by the computer.
if you wanted to edit it, could you? Like, could you go dictionary.items 2 or something and get a specific thing? Maybe after the parentheses? No.
Nope.
Alright, well, I guess that's kind of useless then.
Well, no, because that's what we did up here.
Yeah, but that's much more useful because then it actually looks nice instead of just putting a bunch of random parentheses in.
True, but this is just the raw data type that you're going through.
Yeah. Alright.
All right, so real quick, make a dictionary. All right, I'm gonna pause this.